Are you ready for some Seahawks football? We are just over a week away from your Seattle Seahawks playing in a live game against the Las Vegas Raiders. And here's what I need. If you are truly ready for this season to get started, I need you to prove it by setting our likes record for the month of July. And here's how you can do so, folks. Hit the like button. That's all it takes. I need at least 700 likes on today's video to prove that you are ready to get this season started. Smash that like button, and we'll get going here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us as we're talking all things training camp. I am back better than ever, fresh off vacation, and we're going to catch you up to speed with everything you need to know from training camp so far to this point. The pads came on today, and now things elevate just a little bit as we get closer to that first preseason game. We will go over our highlights and takeaways and catch you up with everything you need to know here on today's show. Let's begin on the injury front, as Kenny McIntosh is likely out for the year after tearing his ACL. He was placed on injured reserve today, and his season is likely over at this point. How did that occur? What exactly went down? Greg Bell from the Tacoma News-Tribune put this post up on X. Running back Kenny McIntosh carried off the field after going down during special teams open field chase drill at Seahawks Training Camp. Can't put weight on his left leg. Obvious concern from Coach Mike McDonald, fellow running backs Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Then Adam Schefter also providing some more context, saying Seahawks running back Kenny McIntosh, who had to be helped off the field today, is thought to have a torn ACL pending further testing per sources. So this sucks. I mean, I hate it for Kenny McIntosh, and I can't think of a team in the NFL that has had worse luck when it comes to these running back injuries than the Seattle Seahawks have had over the years. We've seen K9 banged up a bunch. We've seen Zach Charbonnet already banged up in his first few years in the league. You even go back further, Chris Carson's career was cut way too short. Rashad Penny was very talented, and he could not fight the injury bug. This has just been unfortunate, and now Kenny McIntosh is another victim of this situation before his season even began. The silver lining, although it sucks for Kenny McIntosh, you do have other options, though. We'll talk about Kenneth Walker here in just a bit of how good he's looked, and we didn't see him much in the offseason program with the injury that he had. Zach Charbonnet is there. I'm feeling really good about the rookie Damian Martinez coming in from Miami. I think ultimately this Seahawks team is going to be fine, but now you're already attacking that depth you've had at the running back position by losing one of your guys this early on, and that's another one that's out the door, and it certainly doesn't help things at all. Will the Seahawks be fine without Kenny McIntosh? I think so, personally. I hope so, that's the case. Sound off on our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in. Let us know what you think. Y for yes, in for no. Staying at the running back position, Kenneth Walker III has shined. He has looked really good in the first few days of Seahawks training camp, so much so that he's actually caught the attention of the guys he's facing on the other side. Defensive lineman Jaron Reed said this about Kenneth Walker III. We've got to play sound football when K9 is back there running that football. He can go anywhere. He can break a run out anywhere, as you all see. We've got to play real gap sound defense when we're playing against him. Who else better to practice against than that guy? He's one of the best in the league for a reason. Mike McDonald also giving credit to Kenneth Walker III, saying this. He's looked great. He's in a great spot mentally. Just awesome to see him do all the things that we want him to do from the get-go. I know he's really excited about what's going on. Great first day with Ken. I love to hear this with Kenneth Walker. And you think about within the last couple of months, there has been a lot of trade rumblings about Kenneth Walker III of potentially moving on from him. But I think with the injury to Kenny McIntosh, that should quiet things just a bit on the trade front, especially since Kenneth Walker III is looking very good. I don't think anyone's ever questioned K9's talent level. The question with him is, can he stay healthy? Is he good enough to get the job done consistently? Is that going to hold up? This is year number 4 for him. This is a make-or-break year for Kenneth Walker III. Does he get the chance to be here long term? It's not just about the talent ability, but it's about showing that he can be available, and that's going to be the key for him, I think, in 2025. They can make life easier on him by giving more carries to Zach Charbonnet and Damian Martinez, but at the very least, it is a good start for Kenneth Walker III here at Seahawks Training Camp. Folks, want to make sure you're subscribed to our nonstop, around-the-clock training camp coverage here on Seahawks Today. I was bringing you videos even my off days last week, and we are not slowing down by any stretch of the imagination. We got live shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're bringing you our daily coverage, breaking news, Q&A, rumors, mailbags, and more, all right here on your Seahawks Training Camp headquarters. Subscribe now for free. Doesn't cost you a thing. 100% free. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Let's get at least 20 new subs off today's video. Subscribe now. Make it happen. You'll be glad you did. Number 3 on our takeaways from Seahawks Training Camp, Jalen Milroe is coming along very nicely, my friends. The third-round pick out of Alabama is set to take on a significant role within this offense. He won't be the starter. He's not challenging Sam Darnold for that QB1 job, but he is expected to contribute mightily within this offense. And Brian Nimhauser, who covers the Seahawks, Hawk blogger on X, posted this the other day on Milroe, saying Jalen Milroe had a heck of a practice. He was making so many plays with his arm that he did push-ups on the sideline after completing a 20-yard pass to Ricky White because the throw forced White to dive for it. He's also caught the attention of QB1 Sam Darnold, who said this on Milroe. He's coming in early with all of us, learning, studying. That's all you can ever ask for. Him just continuing to grow and learn the system. And I'll say this, when it comes to Jalen Milroe, he's right exactly where he should be. I know that there's some people out there that want to see Jalen Milroe start, that would like him to be that QB1, but that's not what is being asked of him. He came into Seattle very raw. You had 2 years of tape at the University of Alabama. And what we saw from Jalen Milroe was very raw talent, right? We know he's an incredible runner. We know that he's got great arm strength, but the accuracy was a big concern. And he is far from a finished product at this point. And so with that in mind, with being realistic of saying, hey, he's not supposed to be our starter, he is going to be a gadget player of some sorts and compete for that QB2 spot, he's doing everything right. He's doing the little things. He's getting to practice early. He's staying late. He's getting to know the playbook in every way possible. And the coaches, his teammates are speaking very highly of him. I like what I've seen from Jalen Milroe so far. I've been very impressed and can't wait to see what he becomes here in Seattle for many years to come. Be 100% honest with me. Do you believe in Jalen Milroe? You got 2 options here. Type B for believe, D for don't. Weigh in. Let us know how you feel about Jalen Milroe. Chime in the comments section and tell me what you think. Number 4 on our takeaways from Seahawks Training Camp. Let's talk about Byron Murphy II. Expectations are very high for Byron Murphy II entering his second year with the Seattle Seahawks. The former first-round pick, I think it's fair to say, had a bit of an underwhelming rookie season. The stats weren't there. Only had half a sack last year. I think the big difference that was shown was when he wasn't out there, when he was hurt, how much worse off they were. But now, as he goes into this second year, everybody's hoping, okay, now's the time for him to shine. And let's show off that we made the right decision drafting Devin Witherspoon, passing on Jalen Carter, and then going with Byron Murphy the next year. A lot of pressure's on. Expectations are high. But his teammate, Jarran Reed, is saying the sky's the limit for Byron Murphy II this year. He said this, "In my mind, I can see him being Defensive Player of the Year." Great guy, man. He works hard. He listens. He's strong as shit. He's fast. He's strong as shit. I don't think nobody should be able to block him for real. That's high praise coming from Jarran Reed. And Jarran Reed, he knows a thing or two what he's talking about here. And to think about that, folks, here's a little trivia for you. Who can name the last Seahawks player to win Defensive Player of the Year? I know the answer. I'll give you a second to put it in the comments. But the answer is Cortez Kennedy. And that was a long time ago. That was before your fearless leader was on this earth. All right? So it has been a long time. I was hanging out in heaven somewhere before when that occurred, before I was sent down and, chosen by God to, be my parents' kid and all that. But you get the idea. Saying this about Byron Murphy, Defensive Player of the Year, that means they really believe that he is going to take that next step. And I think the potential is there for Byron Murphy to be a superstar, to be that impact player. But now he's just got to put it all together, and I can't wait to see what he does here in 2025. More to come here on Seahawks Today in a moment, but first, let's tell you about this insane deal that we have. You see this Seahawks cutoff hoodie? It's like the Belichick design of sorts. At one point in time, it was $55, but I talked to the bosses, and I said, you know what? The 12s, they deserve a deal. Let's give them a deal. Let's lower this thing and make it only $33. You got to take advantage of it, folks. And it's only available for a limited time. While supplies last, chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. We also have other Seahawks merchandise at that same link. Go see for yourself now. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale to get yours today. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. So while I was out on vacation, one of the things that happened was the Seahawks released Noah Fant. And if you've been watching this show, that shouldn't come as a surprise, as Seattle has two very promising young tight ends in the rookie Elijah Arroyo out of Miami and second-year tight end A.J. Barner out of Michigan. And the competition is heating up to see who is going to be that tight end one when the season begins. And Mike Macdonald gave some insights on where things are at right now. Macdonald said this: "We love Noah and wish him the best, but we also love the guys that are still here. They know what's at stake, and it's going to be a lot of fun watching that competition in the tight end room." Greg Bell giving us some insights on what has happened on the football field, saying this: after early drops in spring OTAs and minicamps, rookie tight end and second-round pick Elijah Arroyo is catching everything from everybody so far in Seahawks training camp. New OC Clint Kubiak is moving him all around formations. And there's already talk about him splitting out wide, playing some of the X receiver spot that we saw from DK Metcalf previously. And I know that a lot of people are going to focus in on who's going to be the tight end one per se. But the truth of the matter is there's a role for both of them. They do completely different things. They could not be more polar opposite tight ends. You have A.J. Barner, who is a blocking specialist. But he did catch the football better than I think most of us anticipated last year, and he was used more in the receiving game with the Seahawks in 2024 than it was at Michigan. And then you got Elijah Arroyo, who's not the best blocker in the world, but he's got great hands. He's got ability to stretch the field vertically here. I think that they are going to be a very good pairing, and you'll get the most out of both of them. If you want to put a tight end one label on it, probably goes to Arroyo, but I think they'll both play a big role in this offense. I believe Arroyo is that dude, and I think that he is going to have a fantastic rookie season, and you're not going to see much fall off at all from moving on from Noah Fant and rolling with these two guys, especially with what I expect to see out of Elijah Arroyo here in 2025. Pick a tight end. Who's going to be a bigger impact player for Seattle in 2025? Will it be Elijah Arroyo or A.J. Barner? Type EA for Elijah Arroyo. Type AJ for A.J. Barner. Way in the comment section. Tell us what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, want to help us set that like record, you already know what to do. Hit that like button. We certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.